G'day and welcome to another big edition of the MCDFNL Footy Show. Thanks to our great mates over at the Bendigo Bank. Get down there and support them like they have been supporting us. My name's Yeendy. I'm joined by Mitch, the operations manager, mate. We're at finals time, mate. Plenty of excitement happening, and if we have as good a round or good as weekend this weekend as we did last weekend, we are going to be in for a show-stopping round.
Absolutely, I'm expecting probably close games in 3 or maybe even all games here. So hopefully we get some competitive games and even maybe some upsets.
Absolutely, mate. Let's talk about one of the qualifying finals on the big day on the big stage of Hedges Oval. It is Natty Bialba and Talbot. The Swans just getting over the line against Lexington by 5 points on the weekend, breaking their hearts, while Talbot come in with a fair bit of form under their belt, highlighted by a big win over Maryborough Rovers by 7 goals. This is going to be an interesting game here because Lexington came at the Swans last week, and the Swans have been challenged, and they're probably second half of the year wasn't as good as their first half, I think.
Yeah, that's probably a safe assessment, I think. And look, Talbot coming with some form after a pretty solid win on the weekend against the Rovers as well. So Natty and Talbot this year, they've only played once, all way back in round 2. Natty getting it done then by 1 goal, so it was a very close game, and I think this will probably be just as competitive this week. But yeah, look, I can't go past Natty in this one. I think they've just been too good all year, and I think they'll get it done.
Talbot have been the form sign out of both sides. Just their attack on the ball has been exceptional. I think it's important for the Swans to get back to some of that forward structure that they had so much earlier on in the year, where they were kicking relatively high totals. So, full credit to them though. They've been able to win the close games, and we're going to get a lot of that during finals. So, in a sense that while Talbot's form has been better in terms of winning margins, the Swans have been better under pressure.
Yeah, that's right. And look, another point is they've both probably got a few injuries to some key players at the moment. I think Talbot might have got an injury on the weekend to one of their good players. So both with injuries, it's going to be interesting to see how they both cope and how much depth they've got on their sides.
The other qualifying final, we got a massive one between Carisbrook and Harcourt. It wasn't that long ago when these two sides last faced, but Carisbrook did a very handy job on them to win by about 80 points. Carisbrook, as we highlighted earlier on in the week, the VAR got within a solid margin of them, within 10 goals. Not too many sides have done that this year. Finals is a different game, but geez, the Carisbrook train is tooting along nicely. Yeah,
Carisbrook just flying at the moment. As we touched on, they smashed Harcourt back in round 4 by 146 points, and again in round 14 by 91. Look, Harcourt have reduced the margin there, obviously, but there's still quite a bit to make up. I can't see it going too different this week. Hopefully Harcourt can be very competitive, but I think Carisbrook will get it done. And just on Ash Minari, he didn't quite get his 100 goals last weekend.
He's been a bit quiet, hasn't he, in recent weeks?
Yeah, he's still got 5 to go, I think, and he's averaging nearly 60 games. So I'd expect he might be able to kick his 100 this week.
Yeah, I've got a bit of Matty Lloyd feel about him. Matty Lloyd in 2000, he had 94 goals to end the home and away season, and I know we not love the Mighty Bombers, even though we missed out on finals this year. But I reckon he'll get into the third term. The crowd will go absolutely bananas, and Carisbrook will be cruising to a big victory, which is no disrespect to Harcourt, but I think the Carisbrook train it's going to take a lot of stopping.
It is, and I think, look, Harcourt, if they drop this one, they're obviously still got another chance next week to play against the winner of one of the elimination finals. So who knows, their season's not over, and they've still got a chance this week. I'm not ruling them out completely, because we know what happens when we do that. So
yep.
It could be very interesting.
Yeah, well, both those games are on the Saturdays. We turn and of course that last game was at Princess Park. As we turn our attention to the big action at Hedges Oval on Sunday, we got Navarre and Royal Park. Navarre getting within 10 goals of the Redbacks, and Royal Park coming in off the back of a massive win, getting some of that confidence going. How do you see this one going? Can the Navarre of old be on display here to get back into that grand final picture?
Yeah, obviously they've got a wealth of finals experience behind them, Navarre, so that could be very valuable for them. And look, they got up by 2 goals against Royal Park last time in round 5. I think Navarre have probably improved throughout the year.
You're right.
And they've gotten better as they've gone. So Royal Park really need to prove something against them here. And if they want to be taken really seriously, I think they've got to take it right up to Navarre here. They could win, but I think Navarre's finals experience might be the difference.
Royal Park here, I'd like to see they made some really good positives inroads last year. They probably haven't quite delivered as strongly this year, but I think now the finals, they're coming with some really good goal kicking form. I think they'll continue that. And look, to be honest, Navarre have been in the grand final picture for a long time. It'd be nice for a good confidence booster from a team like Royal Park to go, well, they do have that experience. Let's see if we can knock them off, and who knows, that could be the launching pad for them going to the big dance.
Yeah, that's right. It could be a big confidence booster for them if they manage to get up against Navarre here. And Navarre had a very good going finals the last few years. It would be good to see someone like Royal Park come up and really challenge.
Yeah, and all those Navarre fans are like, no, you can never get sick of us playing in grand finals. You can't have an MCDFNL grand final without us being there. Well, you're partially right, but let's just see how we go. Let's just see how we make things interesting. We're happy to be proven wrong in that sense. I know Mitchy's got on top of them, but I'd like to. Like I see Royal Park, the Tigers have a good run with it. And the other game, which is at Princess Park, we got the Saints and the Bombers. This is going to be an incredibly intriguing matchup, given the Bombers coming to this game with an enormous amount of form and confidence, and Trentham just getting over the line to Avoca on the weekend.
Yeah, that's right. So Malden, they've made a late run for finals, and they've just managed to scrape in against the odds. But that said, I really wouldn't want to be Trentham this week. They'd probably be a bit nervous playing against Malden. They're obviously in some pretty good form. Malden this year having wins against Navarre and Lexington, and they've had competitive losses. They've been within, I think, 5 goals to Harcourt, Talbot and Natty. So they're a dangerous side. Last time they played, Trentham was by 5 goals back in round 3. But obviously Malden are a different side now, and I think they could go a long way to winning this game, but I think Trentham's going to get it done.
I really the Bombers winning this one. I think there's just a little bit of Cinderella story. For those who watch the RDFNL footy shows, I'm a bit about the romance of the game, and I think with the Bombers having a really good run in recent weeks, just sneaking into the finals, I think they will not only just sneak into finals, they will make an impact, and they will start with a win in week 1 of the finals. They may not go beyond that, but that's a big stepping stone for that club going forward, and I have the utmost respect for what Trentham have been able to serve this year. But I think the Bombers just getting into the finals like they have, the cards are falling this way. I'd be fascinated to see how far they can carry it.
Yeah, I think Malden were at one stage in 11th spot, so to prop up and win a final would be massive for them. Trentham maybe not as high up as we thought they might have been. I think we picked them probably as a top 4 side earlier on in the year, but they're still a very good side, and I'm just picking them in a close one. Should
be an absolute cracking day. So we got the Swans and Talbot at Hedges Oval on Saturday, along with Carisbrook and Harcourt over at Princess Park on the Saturday, and then Navarre and Royal Park, and then Trentham and Malden, all in those elimination finals for the Sunday games. There is no tomorrow for the loser, and sets up a fantastic campaign for the semi-finals. Mitch, thanks so much for joining us this week, and we look forward to talking up all the weekend's action with you next week.
Thanks, Yeendy.